Spider crabs.
There we go.
You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vickers says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
It's a deal, not what we live in and strive for.
Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
Alright.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you around here too often.
Oh, daytime. Explore the town you said last stream? Got it.
Look in your journal on the missions tab.
Oh, okay. This one? So do we deliver Reed's message?
You had a minute. Next
There's a collectible in the church.
one comes out of your pay.
Who's off the threat,
What's the collectible? Is it here? Big purple thing? Where is it? This one? Didn't look like anything.
The Vickers quest is under companions.
Okay. Codex? Companion. Where's the companion? Oh, it won't... What? How do I go to companion? Oh, this one. Like I said, the journal is possessed by old book collector. Got it. Where's the collectible you were saying? Did I get it already? I'm thinking I got it already. Okay.
You got the collectible.
Okay. Oh no, I don't want to dress like that. That makes me look like a marauder. There we go. Okay. Where we go now? Go outside? Do you want me to just explore the place more, or am I good to go outside now?
In your inventory you can see it.
Yeah, this thing. It just looks like a circular tube. Tastes like enlightenment. Okay, is there anything else I need to do in the town? Can I trade? That'd be cool. I want to trade with someone.
Another one is in the cannery.
You're saying like I know where it is.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
General store. Let's go to the general store. Can I... Thank you.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
A kick me sign.
Holcomb. Got my eye on you, girl.
Oh, are you guys related?
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
Okay. And the charger?
Ask Kerr if you care. I'm running a business here.
Okay.
I won't
That's
touch anything
racist
while
to
we're in
say
here,
they're
Mr. Moreau.
related,
I
lol.
promise.
Wow. I don't know.
Music to my ears.
Okay. Merchant skill is equal. Okay. Oh, you got weapons. Let's sell some stuff. Light pistol. I don't need you. Oh, it just sells them automatically. As soon as I tap it. Okay. What are things I don't need? Anything good? I mean, your Spacer's Choice, I don't think you're that good. How many bits do I have? I only have 49. Is this even good? That doesn't look good. And it costs 3,000. Oh, that's expensive. You got expensive stuff. Okay. Can I steal you? No. Oh, you're in the store now. Can I steal you? No. It's not the best choice. Space.
Gold items are unique.
But it doesn't necessarily mean if they're good.
There's something inside the walls today.
Okay.
Nothing
Cantina. Oh, this is one you were talking about.
You ought to know that.
Okay. Let's get in here.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
I don't know you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Amelia Kim, Spacer's
That's not
Choice
the
Beverage
cannery, that's the
Dispenser.
bar.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
You're not gonna serve me a drink?
You really think so? That's
A
kind of
cannery
you.
cans food.
I've been trying to keep the floors clean.
I think I know what a
Got
cannery
no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand.
Yep.
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
I don't need anything.
Go ahead.
The bottom level of Reed's office is the cannery.
Oh, okay. The bottom, so like, okay. Yup. And whoop.
Something got you down?
And whoop. And whoop. I completely forgot where his office was. Whoop. 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 And whoop. And whoop. And whoop.
There's something inside the walls.
Boop. Boop. That one.
I'm feeling pretty
Boop.
low these days.
Boop. 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 Boop.
The big building with the tower.
Yeah. Said it a bit too late. Do you go here or in the elevator? I'm saying we go in there. What do we do here? Left or right? I'm going left. Oh, doesn't matter. Hey, sir.
It's alright. I got a lot to do.
Where? In here? Oh, can I oh, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Oh. I'm gonna get out of here.
Behind in of the machines.
There's a lot of machines here. Okay? I wouldn't know if I did see it. Those machines? Ow. Vending machine. I didn't discover any vending machine. I didn't even know there was... Is that the vending machine? Hey. No. Oh. Okay. You're just a vendor that's automated.
The one that is at the top right if you were at the front desk.
Okay. Revolver. Revolver does less damage. Okay. Best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Top right. From the front desk. So here. You lied to me. Can't even go back here. Oh. Is it this one? This just looks like ammo to me. Kick me. Is this the one you're talking about? I don't want to steal it. That's bad. It's not the best choice. Tell me if that was it or not. Or is it this one? Is it this one? Tell me where it is. Which one it is.
Yes.
Yes, the kick me sign, or yes, the music box?
Steal it.
I need answers.
The kick me sign.
Okay, but like, will people get angry at me if I steal it? That's my question. Or do I have to sneak? That guy's not looking.
No.
Okay.
Heads down.
You trying to get us all in trouble?
What do you think you're doing?
You just told me.
You know, you made a real generous argument.
Okay.
Just steal it and see you can always save and reload.
Well, I bribed the dude, so it's a bit too late for that. Oh, now you just made my reputation decrease. Thanks, Ethan.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got it.
Just between us.
Okay. I think that was it. And if it wasn't, then that's whatever. More, come on. Load. There we go. Okay, where do I go? This is the one for Max, right? Yeah. Alright, let's go. It's not letting me double jump anymore.
Before ruining a town, you should the quest of the town you are destroying.
Problem. I have no idea what you're saying. I'll take that. I'm gonna loot while we're in the battle. Hey! Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
That's the last of them.
I'll take that. And oh, I got an AR. Oh, yes. Let's. Okay. Ooh. Now we're in it. This looks like. Ooh, I like the skin on it. The way how it looks. Hey, you alive? No.
Left cross stick is the companion's special attack.
Left what? Left cross stick. This one. Okay. Well, there's no enemies, so... Oh, hey! Oh, I'm gonna die! Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. So wait, do I go back to... Oh, don't put me back.
Use the special attack.
Okay. A little late for that, though. Maybe that's why I should get armor. I should buy armor when I go back to town. That's a good idea. A glass for every class. Don't put me back too far, please. Oh, okay. I don't have my AR, though. Locks windows. Adds reality, or adds beauty. Okay.
And the barrels that glow explode.
Yeah. I just read you can be both admired and hated by the same faction, which is not good. Okay. Where's the dude? Let's go around. Okay, we gotta be all sneaky. I don't think we're making any progress. Let's go. Oh, hey. Whoa! Okay, do you have the AR? Oh, this guy's still alive.
You can tell your companions to stay somewhere, target someone and come back to you.
But what if I accidentally leave them and I forget where they are? Like in New Vegas or something. First choice. It's space first choice.
They return to your ship if you tell them to leave.
Oh, that's... Oh, that's a juggernaut.
Here I go!
Oh, did she die?
That's the last of them.
Oh, an LMG. Oh, you have nothing on you. Okay, well, I'm not a criminal because I'm stealing from criminals. That's the logic here, right? Okay, cool. Lights up on Washington Heights at the break of day. Hey, would you look at that? Just got the letter today. Corporate ordered me to relocate to Edgewater. Effective immediately. It's a shame. I was looking forward to running my own shop. Okay? As far as book collection, I can't bear with it. I don't want those books rolling around in contraband lockers, so I slashed them in every way and caved up. Oh. So it doesn't exist anymore. Get mad, get mad. So, Washington Heights. Cool. Dang it. Oh, it's dark. What was that noise? Oh, I have to go all the way over there? That's not love. Character.
Mag picks are like bobby pins.
Yeah. Okay, what do I level up? Let's revert that. We need to get our defense up. Actually... worth it. Let's put our LMG up. 320!
Hey! I need that charger. Hey! Don't pay 10.
Alright, let's head out.
Now that you upgraded your gun skills, TTD will be like that.
TTK? Oh, okay. Let's sneak into the cave. Oh, no. No one's here. Nobody's here. It's, nobody.
Be careful of the mines.
Be careful of the mines? Is it that big thing right here? No. Or the purple thing right there. Whoever hideouts discovered. Okay. That scared me. I'm just taking stuff.
Oh, clever.
Oh, we got... Okay, cool. Hold on, I'm gonna get my charger. Get out the LMG. Oh, we are in business. Oh, this is recoil. Take you. Take you. Thank you. Oh, that's a fast reload. Let's get our pistol. What's in your kitchen, Seymour? Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis. Sitting right in that video game. Mm-hmm. Well, golly. Can I see? No.
There is a unique version of the machine gun in the Stater area.
Stater area? Is that what you said? Oh, Stater area. I don't know what that is. You said you'd only give me gameplay spoilers, because I'm gonna learn that anyways. That is not a gameplay spoiler. Let's head to V-Car. Somewhere I can sleep. Sir? Oh.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
Got your book.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
bits? Whoa. You didn't want to keep others from reading it, you just wanted to read it yourself. Overreacting.
Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Oh. Least secret. Think about the book. Plague-ridden backwater.
Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches.
Wow.
Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
What's in it for me? 'Cause you're
Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a toss-ball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well. Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field.
Are you even a vicary? Because you don't sound very vicary right now.
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
Yes.
It's the journal of one of the originators of the Philosophist School of Thought, though it would be more than a century into that belief system. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of that came later. Bokonu had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan.
Okay.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Hey! That's pretty good. Let's level our stuff up. Let's put up our dialogue, yeah? Bam. Oh look, this one's at level 50. Intimidate. I don't really want to do that. Alright, let's do it. Turks. Oh yeah. Can we go to tier 2? No. Requires 5 previous perk. Oh, I get it. Let's see. Base health, or let's go with base health. Apply. Alright. Seems like we're good. Let's sell some stuff. said that I got 1,000 bits. Let's go do some stuff with it. Where's that vendor, dude? Still there, Ethan? Nope.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet. Music to my ears.
Oh, jeez.
Work your jaw on some Spacer's chaw. Music to my ears.
Had your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another. You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open for the next Marauder raid? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if Marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can. What is it? Over in the hothouse. Tending crop. If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want chip parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. We'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them. It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Yeah, huh? In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking. Maybe so, but we don't think on it that way. There was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12. Sure, but folks got long memories. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing, and next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of Zero G rolling out the front door and into the road. It's not funny. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the Saltuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an autoloader run over a bottle of Zero G? Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by. I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Rose still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool.
Fancy duds. Do the tubes get in your way? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. You hungry? We got canid ribs. Something I can help you with? Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid.
I always wanted to poke around in here.
Oh, Jesus. Let's try it again.
I always wanted to poke around in here. The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Spider crabs.
Oh, hey.
What did you don't? How are you?
What did I do and how am I? Basically, we met the other dudes that were gonna take the stuff away, and they made a very compelling argument of why we should divert power to them and take away their power. Let's switch to the LG, yeah. What do you think I should do? My decision, what I'm thinking so far, is that we divert power from the garden to the Spacer's Choice, what I was originally gonna do.
Electricity damage is weak for them.
Okay. But, that's what I'm thinking of doing. But, because these guys over here, the garden people, I don't know. I just feel like siding with the company on this one is better. Because not only do I have a better reputation with them, but, like, I don't know. I don't trust the people over there for some reason. Even though, like, my reasoning also
Car
is that...
body's speckle is electric.
Yeah. My reasoning for siding with Spacer's Choice is, because they've already had a culture and, like, I don't know, they've had their own way of life for a while, and I feel like disrupting their life and then cutting the power off is bad, and I don't like that. While these guys from the garden are new and they're disrupting things. And that's what I'm gonna do.
They both have a dark secret.
I don't know their dark secrets, because I couldn't get to them. Are you gonna spoil it for me and see what it is? Or you want me to find it out on my own? I don't know. I'd assume they both have evils, and there isn't a lesser evil here. But I just...
No.
Okay. So you're just gonna let me make my own decision?
Find it.
Find it? What do you mean by find it? Because I'm already here. Stream delay. Good thing you came back just in time. I was about to make a big decision. Let's talk to her real quick.
Where are we headed?
Okay. Guess we got nothing to talk about. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. You didn't answer my question. Oh, you're not even here. Oh well, I'm gonna do it.
Something you need?
No.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough. Cut him off. 2 more. What'll happen? Here they come! I'll fix you right up!
Before you ruin the Durster's home, there is a lingering weapon you should get. It will disappear if you don't get it in time.
There's a ruin the deserter's home.
It's sold by the vendor in there.
Wait, what? If you don't get it in time.
It's called the fiber.
So you're saying I should head back? Oh, she died! Should I head back now before I do the last switch, or what? And does it cost bits?
A unique revolver that's powerful.
Powerful enough for me to go back and do it? Question mark? Oh, he did. Is it powerful enough for me to go back? Because if there's better weapons than that later in the game, then I don't really care much for it. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
And do all the quests for them before switching, or you can't get them back to Edgewater.
Fine. But if I redirect the power to Edgewater, does that mean I still get the Edgewater quests? Because I assume so, because I helped them. Or do I have to do all the quests before this? Ow. I've made my decision, but... Okay.
Yes.
Yes on what? Yes, that I won't be able to do Edgewater quests?
But if you do it for the labs, that won't happen.
What do you mean by the labs? How do I get that barrier down? It killed me. It's not the best choice.
Go to the vendor at the Durster's homes.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Fine, let's go find Zoe then.
It's 300 bits but worth it.
300 or 3,000?
3000.
3,000. I only have 1,000. That's a problem. That's not the best choice. Spacer's choice. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Do more quests for bits.
Is it that much worth it? Is it really worth it? Is that what you're saying? Okay, let's go see clues. Hey, you're a clue. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been taking Grace out moderate threat.
There is a collectible in that room.
I've been taking... What did that letter say? Because that was too long to read. Oh man.
A poster in there.
Where's the poster? Oh, this one. Yoink. Oh, hey. First time using this in combat. Oh, shoot. Oh, I need some of this. I missed a lot of bullets there. Oh, Jesus!
Can you warm something up for me?
Woo! We made it!
Can you put it in the microwave?
Oh, assault rifle.
Can you bundle up for me then? She could warm the ice balls and get me milk.
We gonna run out of ammo.
I don't know anybody.
Oh my!
Here we go!
I got to go for the night but do more quests before doing things with the power.
Okay.
Night.
Good night.
You crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to. I'm great at clarifying. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, it must be my natural charisma. I've got all the time in Halcyon.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands. Fresh off the limit, and that includes canid meat.
Oh, this is the one he was talking about.
Heads down.
Anything else I can do for you? That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself. Glad I could help, dear. A sadness of the heart brings sickness upon the whole body. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever. Are you talking about an escape pod of some sort? did you say you were from? I could do without the mockery. If you don't want to tell me where you're from, that's fine by me. Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the Veil. Oh, you're talking about that old piece of folklore. Now I'm convinced you're delirious. You really ought to lay your head down, dear. Babbling only agitates the humors. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell. Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my folks talking about the Hope. Always believed it was just a story we told ourselves to keep our spirits up. Listen, don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around talking about lost ships from decades past. You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk leads to questions. Ask enough questions, and the board comes answering. No, but the board may have reason to fear you. I'm listening. I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were, or I might have seen you for what you are. Remains to be seen. Might be the man that saves the Veil. Might be Reed's personal gun hand. People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both. A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life. Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that. That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. A fish rots from the head down. I do not blame the town. I blame the leader.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Okay. Who's Thomas?
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Who's Thomas?
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Where's Thomas? This is Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say. Would you? I'd be grateful. What's on your mind? Luck, mostly. Nothing's needed serious repairing yet. Nothing's broken down that we can't just replace with something scavenged from the outskirts. Oh, I can swap out a water filter or charge up a battery and go on pretending I know what I'm doing, but the moment I'm asked to do any real engineering, I'm in trouble. Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Can I favorite this? That'd be cool. Oh, I see. That's great. Alright. This one.
Yeah, huh? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
If you're hungry, Stephanie's got supplies.
Everyone all right? Everyone all right? Be right there. Heading back. Yeah, huh?
6 more minutes.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind? Couple months.
Something you need?
Something I can help you with? Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.